Hey everyone, Meneth here with a bit of an update for the new user interface. It seems like they're listening, or maybe not listening, but they are at least generally aware that there are some usability issues, and they have made a change such that it reduces the amount of clicks needed to work with bindings by one. Whenever you click add a command, presumably add extra command, and add subcommand, it'll take you directly to the binding screen. That'll prevent you from having to click on the binding box, which removes a single click from the workflow. I think this is good. I think this is a step in the right direction, but I did kind of want to give my opinions on how it could be improved further, such that maybe I would prefer the deck user interface over the big picture interface. So let's go ahead and get into the user interface here. So the first step I would do is when it comes to subcommands, instead of having to do this, where you add subcommands, like this, what I would do, this is for the multi-button mode. When you click here, there would be an option to enable multi-button mode like it was in big picture mode, only maybe call it enable multi-command or enable multi-subcommand or whatever. Something appropriate for the deck user interface so that the names are cohesive. But I would say you enable it here, and when you click on things, when you click on all your extra stuff, and when you finally hit back, it might take a second to process, but then it would take all of those commands that you did and would go ahead and just automatically fill out all of the subcommands needed. So if you did, just for sake of argument, all of these, you could do that in here via multi-button mode, and when you back out, it would just automatically populate it like that. If they implemented a feature that did it like that, that would make multi-commands or multi-button in big picture mode and subcommands in the deck user interface, they would then be on par with each other in terms of number of clicks if it just did this. The second thing that I think I would do is instead of having to click on the gear to get to add extra command, add subcommands, because the add subcommand would be done via the multi-button mode in here, you would no longer need add subcommand here. So I would add a plus icon here, roughly. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to scale the user interface to show what I want, but there'd be a plus icon here, and you would click that, and it would automatically add an extra command. Let's just say, for sake of argument, X. So the plus icon would do that. It would just automatically add an extra command since a subcommand would be there. Then when it comes to the remove commands, pressing that should just get rid of the whole thing. So instead of 2 clicks, it'd be 1. Alternatively, you could put an X next to it as well. So you'd have a plus icon and an X icon. Only for subcommands, maybe you wouldn't have the plus, you just have the X. And maybe not the gear as well, because the gear for a subcommand is just remove command. But so it doesn't actually have the settings, but if you just replaced it with an X and had it just completely remove, and of course X on your controller would do the same thing. It would just completely remove it just with 1 click. I think that would be helpful. So that would then have the subcommands. It wouldn't need to be in this menu at all because it would be multi-button when you're binding. Extra commands would now be a plus icon, so you wouldn't need that here at all. Then when it comes to remove commands, as I said, have an X next to the commands, or, X with the controller, that would just remove it in one go. No problem there. So then you wouldn't need remove command here. So now rename command, settings, and the command type, regular press, double press, long press, etc. All of those, in my opinion, should be settings. So what you would do is the gear icon that's there on the main command in the tree, you'd click that, and instead of bringing up this, it would just bring up a big picture mode like activator page that had the command type on it, that had rename commands in it, and had all of the relevant settings all on one page. Because this already requires to scroll, so it's already a list. You could already work with it, add extra things, put regular press, just have this be a drop-down menu or something, just to combine it all into one area. So then the gear icon would just take you immediately to this screen, and this screen would be a big picture activator-esque screen so that everything is all there. So then you wouldn't need this regular press menu here. You wouldn't need rename command here. Remove command would be taken care of by the X icon or the controller's X button. Add extra command would be taken care of with the plus icon, and add subcommand would be taken care of with the multi-button mode. If you did all of that, and then also had something here so that you could reorder the subcommands, that way when you get into settings and do cycle commands, if you could actually sit here and reorder these, I think that would be perfect. All those adjustments together, I think, would make the deck user interface when it comes to bindings a lot more user-friendly than it currently is. It would remove a lot of clicks. Yeah, there'd be a little bit more information here, so it might be a little bit busier on this screen, but overall, I think it would be far more usable than what it currently is, with having to remove the command and then delete the extra command. Same thing here. Same thing there. Yeah, it would just be so much better, in my opinion, if it was done that way. So those are just some thoughts. I'm going to edit this video and put some icons in after the fact. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think about these settings, and yeah, let's see where it goes. Maybe Valve is listening and they're wanting to improve and changing it so that, you know, it takes you directly to the binding screen. I think that's a really good start. It just needs to go a little bit further. Anyway, thanks. Bye.